Leos, how y'all doing? Welcome. We're going to be doing your first half of June general reading here. We're going to start off with some animal energy, but of course, and then we'll get right into the cards. All right, my lions. Let's see what animal energy y'all working with. First half of June. It's the animal energy for Leo for suki. I love it. The buffalo. This makes so much sense with what I was seeing in your meditation. Your meditation had me cracking up in a really good way. So the buffalo is all about abundance. Do you see this lightning here? It's that calm in the midst of a storm. The buffalo always has what it needs and more. This is so auspicious, right? The white buffalo as well, in a lot of faith traditions, represents miracles. So this is very much about miracles for me as well. But things are about to be real good. And it doesn't mean that there's going to be, a lack of trials or a lack of challenges or a few setbacks. It's that even despite those, the buffalo is saying, hey, I'm mad chilling anyway, because it always works out somehow. I don't need to project myself into the future to figure out how it's going to work out or make sure that it is. I just trust and know that it will, because it always does. In other words, the buffalo has mastered the law of attraction and divine faith. That's it. That's it. This is a beautifully auspicious card to get here. Woo woo. All right, Leos. Let's see what's going on. Okay, let's see what's going on for Leo. First half of June. Oh, hello. Starting out strong with the Ace of Swords. So, this is the kind of communication that we dream about. I mean, listen, maybe not everybody dreams about this, but seriously, this is the kind of communication where it's not shrouded in mystery. You know what I'm getting? Do you know when some people, they don't tell you the complete truth and they withhold a part of it and then it comes out later and then you're like, you lied to me, and they're like, no, I didn't lie, I just withheld pieces of information. And you're like, excuse, that's lying, hello. Ace of Swords is complete and utter truth. Now sometimes, the Ace of Swords can be an internal truth that just ignites, and it's so true, and you just feel it like so deep in your bones that literally nobody else can tell you different. Do you know whenever you have a thought about something or a new direction or a person or something of that nature where it's new, it's like, now I know this and now I'm going to move forward with this information, and then you talk to your mama, your daddy, or your cousin, or your friend, and they're like, are you sure about that? That seems a bit risky. Are you sure? Ace of Swords is this so deeply, so intrinsically, that no one can sway you from it. So this can come in dream time. It can come in dream time, okay? Or this can hit you when you're in the middle of, walking to the park one day and it just hits you like a, bag of bricks sometimes, you know what I mean? Or, you know what I'm getting really specifically? It's a song lyric from an old Ani DeFranco song. It's like, and bang, that's when I remembered my dream. It's something like that, where it hits you to that level. Now, sometimes this can be someone giving you some truth that comes in like the Ace of Swords, but this could very much be personal, something that happens with and for you. Okay? I like it. Okay. Let's see what else is going on from the Leos. But you could also just have someone really honest around you. And as I said that, the frickin' 10 of Cups. So this is really cool too because, okay, first of all, 10 of Cups is complete emotional fulfillment. This is the level of fulfillment where you're literally walking around in your own Disney musical, right? Everything you say bursts into song. It's that level, right? Of complete happiness and emotional fulfillment. I also want to point out, I very much associate sunflowers with the month of August, right? I'm sure most people do, but it's very personal for me. Sunflowers represent August, also the birth month of Leo, right? So I do feel like, and I saw this in your meditation, we'll be in your birthday season in a hop, skip, and a jump from now, right? And I do feel like your birthday season is going to be especially fruitful and plentiful. I think that something may be popping off for you here, coming in here, that is going to reach its full fruition around that point, or it's kind of like climax in a really beautiful way before it goes into the denouement of just like standard, this is what it is now, I'm in a happy partnership, right? This is gorge, the rainbow and stuff. So again, with this Ace of Swords, this could really be someone, either you have this revelation that this is someone that is different than anyone you've ever been with, or it's a revelation about yourself, right? That gives you a direction in terms of like, I'm not gonna do things like I always have, so I'm gonna change it up, because the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. But this is a truth that cannot be untold, okay? And then 10 of Cups. Yes, darling. All right, what else is going on for Leos? As if we need anything else. Because it makes a lot of sense with the buffalo, okay? Oh, weird, okay, good point. So they're pointing out the lightning here, how it just said bang, that's when I remember bang. Very much the Ace of Swords here, right? So this, oh, weird. So this, could you please get over here? This could be, a truth or a moment or seeing someone else clearly or yourself clearly, right? That is directly related to your abundance or your happiness. Long-term and stable happiness, by the way. This is not a fleeting energy, okay? Remember, buffaloes go at their own pace, and it's a staying energy, okay? All right, what else is going on for Leos? Brills. Yeah, okay, so we got the 4 of Swords here. This is really interesting. So the 4 of Swords is, well, actually it makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? 2 swords here. So this is the realm of communication. This is also the realm of the mind and your mentality, right? So the 4 of Swords is like, I need to shut off my phone, go inside, and just literally take a mental break, take a rest from everything. And you've got these 2 crows like tapping at the window like, yo, I'm a-calling, you ready to pick up the phone? You ready to go here? You ready to do this? You ready to answer this question? And you're just like, nope. So honestly, guys, and we'll get some clarifiers here. This does feel intense, but it's the kind of beautiful intensity that happens before a great change occurs and you're suddenly in a situation where you were single and then suddenly you're not. Where you were confused about something to do with work and then suddenly you're not. So it feels like this truth comes in, right? You get this 10 of Cups thing here. This feels like a seed. That's what this feels like. It feels like this is a seed of the 10 of Cups that will grow and come to full fruition around August, around your birthday month, okay? But it is intense, so it causes you to kind of go into this 4 of Swords here too, just to process. And there is gonna need to be some processing around this because it is major. It is major, right? Processing time is always good. It is, it's always good. Let's get some clarifiers here. Get some clarifiers. All right, let's get a clarifier for this Ace of Swords. Clarifier. Yeah, we got the 3 of Wands here to clarify the Ace of Swords. Exactly what I was saying. Remember how we talked about how this was a truth or a realization that comes in and then it kind of illuminates you to a new direction or a new realization about yourself or others or your given circumstances? That's what this is. What's really funny, well, fun really about this is that this Ace of Swords, usually lends itself to the 2 of Wands at first. So it's like, oh, I realize this. And then you get to the 2 of Wands and you're like, oh, well, I need to make a change. I need to go in this new direction, but I haven't exactly made the map yet. And so instead of driving around aimlessly, I should probably get that map together. Should probably triptych that stuff, which gets you to the 3 of Wands. I have the map, I have the blueprint, and now I'm on the road. And then 4 of Wands is like, yes, I did it. I got to where I was going. So I love that this is a quick step and a hop from the Ace of Swords to the 3 of Wands. It's like you skip that 2 of Wands. That's how major this Ace of Swords is. Or it gets you right into this 3 of Wands where suddenly the map is just there and you're like, oh my God. And it does feel a bit like Dorothy vibes, right? All you had to do was click your heels 3 times type deal. Let's get a clarifier for this 10 of Cups here, darlings. 10 of Cups. The Empress. Y'all, I cannot that this is clarifying the Ten of Cups. Look at this. It's also a 3 card here, and you did get the 3 of Wands. Yes, indeedy, yes, indeedy. So we're also in a 3-year. So what that means when you're in a 3-year is that there's major highs and major lows, which makes a lot of sense with the buffalo. Oh, look at the colors, how they match. Okay, the Empress is divine feminine energy. It also speaks about pregnancy, right? Well, this can be pregnant with possibility. We don't have to take it literally, but in the traditional deck, she is most definitely with child. So the fact that this is coming out with 10 of Cups, this is also about happy home, family, and children, that is very much in the energy here, okay? Oh, I see. Listen. This is intense. I'm not even gonna, it's intensely positive, but it's intense. It's like, oh my God. Suddenly, like this is the, oh, remember when I talked about the seed that's planted and then comes to fruition in August, and we're talking about pregnancy? This is beautiful, but guess what about the Empress? The Empress doesn't chase anything. It really feels like this is not something that you are chasing. I feel like there's a realization or a truth that is spoken to you from someone else that presents a new course for you, a new direction for you moving forward, possibly within the context of a partnership, right? And then you get to 4 of Swords and it's like, yo, let me process, right? We'll get a clarifier, but the Empress with the 10 of Cups, you better work. You better work. Man, you guys have got it right here, where it's like you could really be lining yourself up to be in a partnership, a dynamic that is around for the long haul. Gorgeous. Okay, let's get a clarifier for this lovely 4 of Swords. I love the 4 of Swords, truth be told. What did I say about needing to process? Y'all got the Tower. This, oh my God, and the lightning. Do you see? I'm obsessed with this. So remember how we were talking about, it can be intense to get everything that you want. Let's just call a thing a thing. Very rarely do people talk about it like that, where it's like, oh, if I could just have everything I wanted and more, I wouldn't need to process that. I've been waiting long enough, honey. I'm just about to go and live in my bliss, though, right? Be in my own little mini musical. But let's keep it real. It can be very intense to get everything that you want. It can bring up issues of self-worth. And that's what I'm getting here. Issues of self-worth. It's going to cause you to have to go inside and really just kind of process everything that's happening, right? Because I do feel like it's going to happen quickly with the lightning here. And, oh God, they're telling me something really specific and I have chills. You're going to know. You're going to know, oh, Ace of Swords. You're going to know intuitively, you are going to know that every bone in your body, that because of what's going on right now with all this stuff that's coming in, because by the way, this isn't something you're chasing, this is something that comes to you, as indicated by the Empress, who doesn't chase anything, okay? She doesn't have to, so why, right? And again, the 2-3 cards here, intense highs and intense lows, okay? But I do feel like you're now moving into an intense high situation, but I really feel like this is saying that you're gonna know on a very deep level that your life will not be the same after this. And sometimes that takes us a minute to process, and we have to kiss our old life, our old way of being, or our singledom goodbye. That's real, y'all. That's real. But you can stay calm, in the midst of this storm, and it does feel like it's an internal storm because we have the 4 of Wands. It's an internal storm. And I don't even feel like maybe for some of y'all, but I really feel like for a lot of you, it's going to hit you in this way whereas normally you would be going to your friends to talk to about this, I feel like you're really being called, and you might even feel just instinctively like this is better to just go inside and just process this in your own time and in your own way, okay? Can you imagine going to your friends and being like, oh my God, I met this person and it just feels more right than it's ever felt before. And we're moving into commitment really quickly, more quickly than I ever had before. And everything feels so good. And they're like, okay, And you're like, well, I'm a bit in shock, and it's bringing up feelings of self-worth, and I'm afraid that it might not last because it feels so good, and suddenly I'm afraid to lose something that I've only just acquired. And they're like, cry me a river. You know what I mean? That's like what it feels like. Like, no shade to like anyone's friends, but I mean, it's like, wow, I need to work through some of this stuff myself, because it really does feel like this is bringing up issues of self-worth and fear over losing something that you've only just acquired, which is beautifully repped by the buffalo here as well. Remember what we said about the buffalo? It always has what it needs, right? And so it doesn't worry about it at all. Super chill energy here, even in the midst of a storm. But again, this whole situation feels very internal. Feels very internal. You know, the Tower is also Scorpio energy, okay? Which can mean it can take you into these deep, dark depths. Oh, right. Remember when we talked about dream time? And then this crow on the Four of Swords is literally dreaming. Yeah, I think you might work out some of this stuff in dream time as well. You can also do that by setting an intention to do so. Yeah. Woo! Oh my God. Leos, this is beautiful. Okay, you've got the Ten of Cups clarified by the Empress, the Ace of Swords clarified by the Three of Wands, and the Four of Swords clarified by the Tower. Your life is not going to be the same after this. I feel like you're going to be in a committed situation. I do. I just do. But it's a committed situation that's going to lead to, like, family, if you want, right? At least a dog. But seriously, and sometimes you got to take a minute to just mourn or just release, you know, your singledom or doing things a certain way, because we have to make room for partnership. That's just, especially if you've been single for a while, okay? Trust and believe it. Let's get an oracle. Let's get a goddess for you guys. That took 3 seconds. Ooh, pretty. I just got frickin' chills. Y'all, we were just talking about this. Coventina. Purification. Can y'all see that? Okay. Purification. It is time for a cleansing detoxification of your body and mind. Boom. Boom. You can take the body literally, but I don't feel like it's that for y'all, because listen, this dove here, oh, weird, oh, cool. This dove here represents divine love, by the way, and look at the rainbow realness, because she's got this like rainbow cape on, which I would purchase if it were for sale. And then she's got this chalice, which for me reps the Ace of Cups, which is divine love and intuition. And then you've got the rainbow here in the water. Remember how we talked about how the summer is really going to be your season? But this detoxification, I feel like this has a lot to do with the mind. Again, as rep by the Four of Swords and the Tower, okay? We all can have a propensity for self-sabotage. It happens. We're human, right? Take your time with this. Give yourself the time that you need, and trust and believe that it's all going to work out for your highest and best good, and that this person, this partnership, whatever this dynamic is, it's going to be around a while. There's really no need to rush this, and just be mindful of those possible self-sabotage thoughts when you have feelings of, I may not be worth this, or is this going to stick around? I'm afraid to take this leap because I'm afraid to lose it, right? I don't see that anywhere in here. I do not see a Knight of Wands. I do not even see, you know, I don't know, a Knight of Swords. It's looking really good, and it looks like it's going to be around for the long term. So just be militant with yourself and trust and believe that, you know, this person, this dynamic that we're talking about, try to see yourself through, you know, their eyes and the way that they see you. It can be very illuminating. Okay? But chill. Divine love is very much here. It's rainbows all day, every day. Okay? Just take your time with it and be vigilant with your own maybe self-sabotaging or negative thoughts or feelings of fear. Okay? Very human. You got to go through it, but just try to breathe into it and trust that this was divinely sent. Okay? Again, with the Ace of Swords. All right, my lovely Leos. Wow, this was intense. This was your first half of June general reading. I so hope that this was of help and resonated. If it was and it did, please let me know in the comments below. I would just love that. With that being said, thank y'all so much for being here. Thank you for watching. But most of all, Thank you for being you, and be well. Until next time.